Rainollon here. Today is another build showcase and it's Dagath. So let us immediately start. So I'm going to spawn level 200 steel path for Kimberly dudes to give you a quick sample of what this build is. So I'm going to press my second ability, my third ability, my fourth ability, my first ability, and you can see that my fourth ability does pretty good amount of damage and armor strips, and my guns are doing a lot of damage, and as you can see, I'm invisible. So time for me to show you the mods and how does this build exactly work and how does this Warframe exactly work. So let's start with the mods. The mods I use on my Dagath: Combat Discipline, which gives you, you lose 10 health on kill, but squad mates gain 20 health on kill. I'm going to talk about why I use this. Prime Shit-Footed for knockback immunity. Transient Fortitude gives you ability strength, lowers your duration, it's not that big of a deal. Spectral Spirit, it's an augment for her third ability, I'm going to talk about that very soon. Narrow-Minded, a lot of ability duration, lowers your range. She's not that range hungry, so the negative range is not that big of a deal. Prime Continuity, a lot of ability duration. Blind Range gives you a lot of ability strength, lowers your efficiency, it's also not that big of a deal. Arcane Secrets, ability strength, Energy Nexus for energy economy, and Prime Flow for energy economy. These are the mods. For the arcanes, arcane crap, what it does while invisible, which we are going to be invisible thanks to her second ability. What it does, it gives you plus 30 ability strength, which is quite nice on her, and also plus 3 final critical damage multiplier, which is also really good. And Arcane Avenger, on damage there's a 21% chance for a plus 45% critical chance for 12 seconds. This is a flat crit chance, which is amazing, makes any non-crit weapon into a crit weapon. And we can easily sustain this with Combat Discipline. And you're like, sustain? So when you kill enemies, you lose health, and that means undamaged, which can proc Arcane Avenger, and Arcane Avenger procs undamaged. So I kill enemies, I proc this, and yeah, I'm going to have this nearly all the time. And you're like, where do I sustain my health if I start killing a lot of enemies? Well, I'm going to explain that also very soon. These are the arcanes. For the stats, duration really high, efficiency range low, but who cares, and strength also really high. Those are the stats. For the abilities, so her passive is pretty much a buffed equilibrium. There is a 35% chance that your energy health orbs will be 300% more effective on Dagath, which is quite good. Her first ability, what it does, it creates these scythes around her and then seeks out enemies, and it procs in 95% slow, does viral damage, procs viral, and also procs the doom system, which you'll see like a scythe above their head. And what the doom system does is when you shoot enemies, you kind of stack damage, and after a couple of seconds the scythe will strike the enemy doing that amount of damage. Evade, I removed her second ability for Evade. Evade is quite good. It's the first ever proper invisible helmet we got. And what it does is you're pretty much invisible, and to sustain the invisibility is by killing enemies. And yeah, it's quite easy to kill enemies in this game. Not only that, when you kill enemies, you get 278 health, which makes Combat Discipline pretty much an easy slot for this helmet. The reason why is you lose health when you kill, while invisible, you gain health. And that means you can easily trigger Arcane Avenger with no downsides. So while invisible, these three kind of like each other a lot. So you're invisible, you get a lot of critical chance, a lot of critical damage, thanks to Arcane Crap as well. While invisible, you get plus 3 final critical damage multiplier and 3% ability strength. And yeah, there's a lot of synergy here, and I love synergy, you know me. I love synergy a lot. So there's a multi-purpose use to use this helmet ability, Evade, and using the aura and these two arcanes. Her third ability, Grave Spirit, what it does, it gives her a lot of critical damage, and also you get Doom critical damage, which that's the scythe system. Not only that, you're pretty much unkillable for 22 seconds, but even if you're not unkillable, you're invisible. So not only you're invisible, you're also unkillable for 22 seconds. During that 22 seconds, you get that massive critical damage. And also you're going to proc the scythes. The scythes also function or work with critical damage, so the more damage you do, the scythes will like stack up damage and then release onto the enemy, if the enemy somehow managed to survive. And yeah, this is a quite good ability. Not only that, I'm using a augment for third ability. What it does is Spectral Form, 100% chance for weapon ability to apply Doom kills, which is her scythe. Outside of Spectral Form, decreases the cooldown. Spectral Form decreases its cooldown by 1 second. So what this means is you kill enemies and you reduce the cooldown. So after 22 seconds of being unkillable, you get a huge amount of critical damage. You will kill enemies, and after 22 kills, you get this back, which is quite nice. And her fourth ability, what it does, it just does a huge amount of viral damage and also strips armor, which is quite good. And yeah, all of her abilities with this setup works, and it's quite good. So if you're fighting something really tanky that it's hard for it to die, you use your fourth ability, you will fully armor strip an enemy. Third ability gives you a lot of critical damage. Second ability gives you massive survivability, being invisible, also sustaining these two, giving you a lot of critical chance critical damage, sustaining your health degen, and also giving you health regen. And first ability applying a 95% slow and the Doom system and procs viral. So yeah, it's quite nice. All of her abilities with this setup work, and it's amazing. So yeah, those are the abilities, the arcanes, the mods, and yeah, the stats. Time for me to show you in game yet again. So I'm going to spawn level 200 steel path for battle group dudes. Spawn them in, go invisible. Let me just not make myself immortal. Boom. Go invisible, press my third ability, press my first ability. Shoot these butchers in the head. As you can see, I'm sustaining my invisibility in bottom right. Now it's 30 seconds, 32 seconds, 33, which is the cap. And as you can see, all of the heavy gunners are just dying in 1 or 2 hits. I don't even need to use my fourth ability. But like I said, if you're fighting like a boss or a cool lich, you're going to use your fourth ability to armor strip them completely. So I'm going to use my fourth ability. As you can see, it does pretty solid damage. I'm killing enemies to reduce my cooldown on my third ability to get my third ability back. Press my third ability again. I'm yet again unkillable, giving myself a huge amount of critical damage. Press my first ability to proc more scythes and more slow. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how Dagath functions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You're invisible, a lot of critical damage, a lot of critical chance, slow, proccing a lot of viral and armor stripping. It's quite nice. Use any weapon you like. She's a really powerful burst weapon user platform. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's Dagath. I hope you enjoyed the build. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like, sub, and see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.